You three started RIZP together. Jasmine, Christabel, Ryan started it together and are ending it together. All the decision making that you've done was together. What about that collective decision making model helped navigate you through sunsetting, right? Because sometimes sunsetting is often made as a one person decision or a decision not made for you, right? Someone's telling you an outside factor, funding factor, that's telling you to sunset. But you all were like, cool, that is an information. How do we take that information together to make a decision?
It's been helpful, right? Not making a decision alone. I'm saying this as an ED. Other EDs, if you're doing that, don't do it. Have a leadership team. Have other people that are also part of your decision making. But I think that has it's been helpful, right? And then still being a small team, we were never an organization of 15. We were 3 to 5.
At most 6.
6. So regardless, it's it's gonna impact everyone, right? It's not the ripple effects. It's a very small ripple before it reaches everyone. So I think that is what we just leaned into, and it's been a habit for us, to have that kind of collective decision making. So this wasn't going to be any different. For us, it was a difficult decision to make, but it was something that, speaking for myself, I think I was at peace with sooner than I thought I would be. We always, as nonprofits and grassroots nonprofits, small teams, we're always looking at the financial picture in our check-ins with RVC. We're always asking, how much money do we have left? How much longer do we have? What's in the bank? And I think at this point, with that question in mind, we made a proactive decision. And I think that's one of the biggest things to highlight. It was a proactive decision, and it was intentional. I think us as a team, we also for ourselves, choosing ourselves in this decision too, we didn't want to get to 1 month left of a salary or 2 weeks left of a salary and then make that decision. And so understanding all the other things that come with sunsetting, as it became part of the conversation, we took that moment to say, this is what we're going to do. And I think to this date, since we made that announcement, we've received a lot of positive feedback and people thanking us for still having time with us, I think is one of the biggest things. So not an easy decision. A lot of credit to Miko and folks at RVC for helping us navigate this. Even from a PR standpoint, having folks work with Jasmine, building out the messaging. There's a lot that goes into it. I know we'll get into that, but it was not an easy decision, but I think it's something that came at peace a lot sooner.
I feel like with the sunsetting decision, I think I needed just a little guidance on setting aside my personal panic and feelings and bringing into light the other things that would come from this. And it took processing. I didn't come to a decision overnight. It took me a long time, and I had to listen to these two and take their input and really think about it and process it. And I think we actually, I don't want to speak for you, but I think I definitely went back and forth a lot on the decision.
Yeah. For me, mushy gushy, y'all. Oh, mushy gushy. I'm the extra one of the team, if y'all haven't noticed. But for me, to be frank, a lot of times it's hard to find good people that can make a good team, right? It's very hard. And so I will say Ryan and Christabel are two solid folk. Yeah. And I say that because the way that we all ran the RIZP, we're kind of like a triangle, if you will, right? Yeah. And without one leg, it's going to fall flat seriously. And so the beauty of what we did together, right? Because we started this together, we're ending this together. That's what worked for me. I can't speak to them, but like when there were times that just during this process and even now, like we might take a break and, you know, whatever. Ryan would be like, Jasmine, you good? Or Chris would be like, you okay? You need anything? Like we check in with each other. So for whatever reason, it's like this unspoken thing that us three have where like we got each other's back outside of the RIZP. Yeah. And maybe Ryan created this day one. I don't know, but that's something that I noticed along the way is that what kept me going through this whole sunset process and even still to this day is just knowing that they're there. Yeah. And what that's doing and what that's done for me is just, it kind of shown some just, it was familiar to me, although the process of sunsetting is unknown, but the fact I look to my left or my right and they're really so close to me, I just felt like home, if you will. Like, and I felt more just of security, especially leaning towards RVC as a collective unit with all the resources and all the support. So I just feel like that togetherness is really what really helped the process, just for me, just us being there and having that as a team. I'm gonna miss y'all.
Some of the things that you were all talking about with this decision about sunsetting really just shows the strength and the ability to pivot. And I think during the pandemic specifically, you all pivoted into a little bit more direct service, especially with the Basic Needs Action Team, whether that was like the food pantries or like the pop-up resources, which in turn into the Skyway Resource Center. And a lot of collaboration that you all did, and collaboration and advocacy that you all did, especially with the King County Housing Authority, and the advocacy that you all did to make sure that funding came through, to make sure the building is open, and the negotiations and deals, and as well as the advocacy to have US Bank donate the building to community, to the community of Skyway. Like that building now exists. Like that building has been transferred over to one of our own organizations, Skyway Coalition, but that came from an idea, like you all were handing out diapers in the parking lot. Now it exists as a building. How does it feel to see that vision come to life?
So real. It's all you.
I mean, we drive by it all the time. We still live in the neighborhood, so it's like, it's surreal. You know, as they said, it's a moment of pride for us too. I mean, we grew up in the neighborhood, you know, still live there. Kids go to the schools. To be able to have that kind of impact, and if you think about it, a relatively short amount of time when you think about it, from when we started the pop-ups to when the building opened, or any of the other major milestones, when the building was donated to when we got all the major funding to then having the building opened, we're talking about maybe 4 years. And so I think that's something that just doesn't happen. And to say that it happened in Skyway is, you know, unbelievable. US Bank, it was their very first building donation ever. Yeah. And they chose us. We got the building for free, right? Yeah, seriously. And I think the other piece too, the sustainability piece, we learned a lot. You mentioned pivoting, and we learned a lot when we pivoted. Obviously during the pandemic, where all the things that we, you know, led and brought online, the pantry, the pop-up resource center, the other resource events that we did, we gave out 50,000 pounds of potatoes in 2 hours. Like, I wish there was a camera. It was ridiculous. But you know, with all of that, we had this goal in mind of sustainability. How can these things continue? So with the building being free, right, like that reduces now the monthly payments that these grassroots organizations have to pay. So they're not in the same predicament as us where this is affecting their bottom line, right? They can continue on longer. And so using that for us, thinking of others and doing that, I think that's also something that's going to continue on, right? And then obviously the services that, you know, people are going to be able to get, programs that will happen. So I mean, we still don't know yet the full impact of what that building's going to be, and there's going to be ideas that community come with and say, we want to do this here, that's great. That was the whole point. So, yeah.
And those ideas can only exist because the idea of the resource centers exists. Like that, the reason why there's more options now is because of the possibility that you all opened up.
Yeah, I think everyone fights and advocates for, and everyone still needs it. Funders, listen to this, please. Unrestricted funding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If our ability to pivot had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Our ability to stick with this resource center process, figuring out if they're even going to donate it, and then they donate it. Okay, well, how are we getting a architect or consultant or doing all these things? We gave a lot of time to that. Mm-hmm. That was not directed towards our mission, right? Not directly.
Yeah.
So to be able to have unrestricted funding, to be able to continue on that journey, right? Like we just happen to be the right people for that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I truly believe, and I think I'm glad that we were, because to be able to lead the community through that process and all the people who helped in it, it's turned out to be a huge success.